Hello, this is Gio, and today we're going to be changing a tire. This front tire here has been flat, and it's not because, well, there is a hole in this outer rubber portion of the tire, but that's not what causes the flat. It's the inner tube of the tire that causes the flat. And so we're going to be removing this tire, removing the inner tube, and replacing the inner tube. There are ways that you could actually repair the inner tube, but we're not going to talk about that today. But I will show you how to, and it's simple, and it's a quick and easy thing to do, so you can do it yourself. The front tire is pretty much in terms of, well, first we'll be removing the front tire, just removing these bolts or nuts, and the back tire is very similar removing. You just remove these as well. One little screw here and it's a little more complicated, but it's pretty straightforward. But we'll first be removing the front tire. Okay, so we're just going to take a regular crescent wrench and take off these nuts, and so we'll do that.
It's my bike, I'm the filmer.
Yes, it's a little small for me. And if you come, what we have here is just a single nut. You don't have to twist it all the way off. There's a washer, and then there's a washer with this little hook on it that kind of goes through this hole. So you just have to pull that out. And once you do that on both sides, it should just slip. Should just slip right off. And there you have it. Okay, so just the first thing is you want to take where you pump the tire up. There might be a little cap, so you want to remove that little cap. Put it on the side. And then you want to take this rubber off. You can see it kind of already splits apart. Sometimes you can just grab it and kind of pull this way. Sometimes you actually need
a special tool.
A screwdriver to try to...
a really big screwdriver.
And get on the back end.
Like a crowbar.
And kind of just pull it over like this. Like that. And then once you pop it off, you can just use your hands to do the rest. And you're getting everything around the side except this little nub, which just pulls right out. And this is the tire. And this is the outer tire, the part that gets worn. But this is the part that gets inflated, the tube. And this is what we're removing right now. And this is what has the hole in it. It's not a big hole, but it's a little tiny hole.
Where is the hole?
And what you could figure it out by putting it in some water, squeezing it, and where it bubbles, that's where the hole is. Usually you can't see them visually, but we're just going to replace this whole tire. Okay, so we bought a tube at the store. You could also bring in the entire tire with you. You could just bring this or the whole tire and ask the clerk for the right size, and they could set you up. But this is what it looks like, and it just comes in a small box. And when you open it up, here's the tube, just like this, except it's all wrapped up. And it has a brand new little fill cap and everything, and so you just open it up. Of course, it has no air in it, and so this is what we're starting with. And so what you want to do is you don't put this on first and then the tire. You want to fit the tube inside the tire, and they generally come kind of flattened, so it's generally easy to fit in there. Just fit it all the way around. Okay, so I got the tube in. I want to take again the cap off since it doesn't fit through the hole well. And then I'm going to take the rim and find where the hole goes. So the little fill plug and I'm going to stick that through and kind of grab it and kind of get it as far in as I can. And this is where I'm going to start with. So I'm going to squeeze both sides and get them on. And then I'm kind of going to go all the way around carefully, holding this in place. You don't want to get it off center. And then when I'm doing this, I am being careful of the tube inside, because I don't want to get it kind of out of alignment. And then you may need your screwdriver again as you go around, and you're just kind of getting it in the seat. Okay, you might need to take your screwdriver and get this lip over. Okay, we got one side on. We still need to work on the other side. And now I want to make sure that the tube is in the little groove. And now we can work on the other side. Double check to make sure your fill plug is centered. And you're just pulling this over. Fingers up. There it goes. It popped right in. And so we're going to go and fill this up and see if it'll fill properly. Okay, so we got our pump, and holding this in place because it is flat. Many of you probably have filled up a flat tire, but put in the nub. Make sure when you push this, this will want to sink just like that. So you want to be careful. So you kind of want to push down when you do this. Fill this. Open it up. And we'll pump it up. And it's going. It's consistent all the way around.
Such a weird noise.
And it's good. So you just take it out, nice and tight. We put back the plug, cap,
Plug.
and then we just slip it back on. Now again, one of the washers in this case has a little notch in it, so we want to make sure that the notch goes in the holes properly. Screw it back on. We'll tighten this, and off we go. We can go riding our bike. Thank you very much.